Good morning, students. In this session, we will be discussing chirality, then different terms like enantiomers, mesocompounds, racemic mixtures, diastereomers. This is part 3 of the optical isomerism. Earlier, I have posted 2 videos on optical isomerism. One was the basic terms in optical isomerism, second was RS nomenclature. So, let's start with chirality. Now, what is chirality? Chirality means handedness. Handedness means like hand. So, just as your hands are mirror images of each other, your hands are mirror images of each other. If you look your right hand in the mirror, it will appear as your left hand. So your hands are mirror images of each other. You cannot superimpose your right and left hand. See this figure 1. Suppose this is the mirror here. Clear? So I have put it here like this. So this is your left hand. This is your, it will appear as right hand in the mirror. If you try to pick it up and superimpose it, it will not superimpose because your thumb will lie over your little finger. So they will not superimpose. Such objects are known as chiral objects. So chirality means handedness or like hands. And what is handedness? Non-superimposability. Non-superimposability on its mirror image. On its mirror image. Clear? So your hands are non-superimposable mirror images. Similarly, your legs are also, your foot is also the mirror image of each other and they are non-superimposable. Gloves are again other examples. Then other examples are shoes are also an example of chiral object. Clear? Now see this screw. If you have a thread structure like this, clear? So in the mirror how it will look? In the mirror it will look like this. Now if you rotate in the plane of the paper, any way you rotate, you cannot superimpose it over this. So because the thread structure in this is like this, in this the thread structure is like this, they will not superimpose. So again these are chiral objects. Clear? Now coming to this figure, if you place a mirror in between them, these are glass tumbler. If you pick it up and superimpose it, it will superimpose. Means they are achiral objects. Now see this another example. Jugs. If you pick this jug and place it over this, it has two different designs on both the sides. So it will not superimpose. If you rotate in the plane of paper, this part will come at this place. So it will not superimpose. So this is a chiral object. Clear? So now you can define chiral objects easily. What is a chiral object? An object is chiral. An object is chiral if it is non-superimposable on its mirror image. And if it is superimposable, it is known as achiral object. So achiral means superimposable and chiral means non-superimposable. I hope this much is clear. Now coming to the next level. Now we will discuss the tetrahedral molecules. Now can you see this structure here? I hope it is clear. So this is a tetrahedral molecule. It is carbon. These white colored are hydrogens. This is suppose chlorine and this is bromine. So it has four groups attached to it, but the two groups are same. Now is this a chiral carbon? No, because the two hydrogen atoms are same. Now we will try to make a mirror image of this object. So this is the molecule. Now how its mirror image will look like? It will look like this. Clear? So if you place a mirror between them, if you place a mirror, these are the two mirror images of each other. If one is dextro, another one will be levo. Clear? Now, can you superimpose? Can you pick it up and superimpose it on this? No, because this orange part will lie over hydrogen, and this hydrogen will lie over this part. So they will not superimpose. Clear? Now, if we rotate it by 180 degree, rotate it by 180 degree like this, and now superimpose it. Pick it up and superimpose it. Now you can see they will superimpose hydrogen over hydrogen, hydrogen over hydrogen, yellow part over yellow part, and orange part over. Suppose this is chlorine, chlorine over chlorine, bromine over bromine, and the two hydrogens are also overlapping. So if any two groups are same, then it will not be a chiral carbon, and if there is no chiral carbon, there will be no chirality. I hope it is clear. So a carbon must be attached to 4 different groups in order to be chiral. Now I will draw the structure here. Suppose this is CH3 and this is Cl. They are in the plane. Okay, I am making here hydrogen and here Br. Clear? This is the structure. Now how its mirror image will look like? Its mirror image will be this Br will come here, hydrogen will come here, Cl will come here, and CH3 will come here. Clear? Now can you superimpose it over this? No. Even if you rotate it, it will not superimpose. See how, if we rotate it by 180 degree, on rotating it by 180 degree, what will be the structure look like? This is carbon, this is CH3. 180 degree means this Cl will come this side, so it will come this side. Br will go back side. Now this is in front, this is above the plane, so it will go behind the plane. So this will be Br and this will be your hydrogen. So on 180 degree rotation, you can see the bond, the wedge bond has gone back, means it is become dash, and the dash bond will become wedge bond. Clear? Now even if you rotate, if you try to superimpose it, it will not superimpose, because this is wedge, this is dash, this is dash, this is wedge. So you cannot superimpose. So if a carbon is attached to 4 different groups, it is chiral carbon. And if there is only one chiral carbon, if there is only one chiral carbon, compound is 100% optically active. It will be 100% optically active. Clear? If there are more than 2, if there is more than one chiral carbon, in case if there is more than one chiral carbon, then it may be optically active, it might be optically active, or it may be optically inactive. Then you have to look for disymmetry. Look for disymmetry. What is disymmetry? Absence of plane of symmetry and center of symmetry. Then you have to look for these two. If these are absent, then it will be optically active. If these are present, then it will be optically inactive. In this way, you have to look for the optical activity in a compound. Again, I will explain this. If there is only one chiral carbon, it will be 100% optically active. If there is more than one chiral carbon, it may be optically active, it may be optically inactive. Now then you have to look for disymmetry. Disymmetry means absence of POS and COS, plane of symmetry and center of symmetry. If these are absent, then the compound will be optically active. If these are present, either POS or COS or both are present, then it will not be disymmetric, it will not be chiral object, and it will be optically inactive. This much is clear, I hope. So coming to the next, now we will discuss the enantiomers. So we have discussed chirality. Chirality is related to non-superimposability on its mirror image. These two objects were non-superimposable. Clear? So now we will discuss enantiomers. See this, I have made a molecule. Now if you make a mirror image of this, see this is chiral center attached to 4 different groups, CH3, H, OH and Br. Now if you draw the mirror image of this molecule, it will look like this. CH3 at the top, Br at the bottom. This H will come this side in the mirror and OH this side. Clear? Now if this is dextro, suppose this is dextro rotatory, then it will be levorotatory or represented by minus sign. Clear? So if one compound, if two objects are mirror images of each other, they are optically active, and if one is dextro, another one will be levo. Such compounds which are non-superimposable mirror images of each other are known as enantiomers. So they are non-superimposable on each other, they are mirror images of each other. So how can you write enantiomers? Enantiomers are non-superimposable mirror images of each other. Non-superimposable mirror images of each other. Now second point is, enantiomers always exist in pairs. Enantiomers exist in pairs. Means if one is dextro, another one will be levo. Another is levo or L. Clear? Then third point is, they are always optically active, because only optically active compounds can have mirror images of each other. So they are optically active. Clear? Then they have similar physical and chemical properties. Similar physical and chemical properties, but their biological properties are much different. They differ in their behavior towards PPL. If one is dextro, or if one rotates light towards right, another will rotate it towards left. So these are enantiomers. We will take some other examples of enantiomers. Now see these examples. All these structures have the same chemical formula, same molecular formula, and same arrangement of bonds. So what is the difference between these structures? See, these structures, if we consider the first and second one, if you place a mirror between them, they will appear as mirror images of each other. OH के सामने OH है, H के सामने H. In front of CH3 there is CH3, in front of C2H5 there is C2H5. So these are mirror images of each other. So first and second, what is the relation between them? They are enantiomers. Clear? They are enantiomers. Now taking the example of third and fourth, all these molecules have the same molecular and molecular formula. Now third and fourth, do they appear as mirror images of each other? OH, in front of OH there is OH, and in front of CH3, C2H5. So they are mirror images of each other. So third and fourth are also enantiomers. Clear? Now if you are asked what is the relation between 1 and third, second and fourth, see 1 and third, can you superimpose these structures? No, because there is HOH and OHH. There is HOH, HOH. You cannot superimpose it. Are they mirror images of each other? No, they are not mirror images of each other. So what is the relation between such structures? Such structures are known as diastereomers. So what are diastereomers? They are non-superimposable, non-mirror images of each other. Non-superimposable, non-mirror images of each other and contain at least one chiral carbon. Clear? So non-superimposable, non-mirror images of each other are known as diastereomers. Is it clear? Enantiomers were non-superimposable mirror images. They are non-superimposable, non-mirror images of each other. Such structures are known as diastereomers. Now can you write the relation between 1 and 3rd? 1 and 3rd, they are not superimposable, they are not mirror images of each other, so they are known as diastereomers. Clear? Then 2nd and 4th, they are again diastereomers of each other because they are not superimposable, they are not mirror images of each other, so they are diastereomers. 1st and 4th, 2nd and 3rd, they are also diastereomers of each other. So we have discussed two terms, that is enantiomers and diastereomers. Now coming to these structures, these are molecules of tartaric acid. So all these are different way of representing tartaric acid. Tartaric acid. It is 2,3-dihydroxy butane 1,4-dioic acid. Clear? Now what is the relation between these three images? See, first we will compare. This is first structure, this is second, this is third. First we will compare. Place a mirror between these two structures. Do they look mirror images of each other? In front of OH there is OH, in front of H there is H, so they are mirror images of each other. So what is the relation between second and third? Second and third are enantiomers because they are non-superimposable mirror images of each other. Clear? Now what is the relation between first and second or first and third? You have to find that relation. See this structure. Is there any plane of symmetry present in this structure? Yes. If you divide it in this way, there is a plane of symmetry. The upper half will be similar to lower half, means H के सामने H आ जाएगा, OH के सामने OH आ जाएगा. So these two parts are exactly similar. So there is a plane of symmetry. Now since there is a plane of symmetry present here, it will be optically inactive. It will be optically inactive, and such compounds which have more than two chiral center, which have two or more chiral centers and which are optically inactive due to plane of symmetry present in the molecule, they are known as mesocompound. Mesocompound. So it is represented as, it is written as mesotartaric acid. Mesotartaric acid. Clear? So first we will define what is mesotartaric acid. Mesocompounds. Mesocompounds are, see there are two conditions for mesocompounds. First is they must contain at least 2 chiral carbon. If there is no chiral carbon, it will not be a mesocompound. Contain at least 2 chiral carbons. Second, either POS, plane of symmetry, is present, or COS, or both are present. Then that compound will be a mesocompound. Clear? Now we were writing the relation between 1 and 2. Are these mirror images of each other? No, because OH is on the same side, here OH are on the opposite side. Are they superimposable? No. So first and second are diastereomers of each other. First and third are also diastereomers of each other. So if two are not related as enantiomers, if they have the same molecular formula and they are not related to each other as enantiomers, then they must be diastereomers. So these are the two relations between the molecules. Now we will discuss some more examples of mesocompounds. Now just now we have discussed what are mesocompounds. Mesocompounds are those which have at least 2 chiral carbon. These are the 2 essential conditions. So you must remember these at least 2 chiral carbon must be present. And second, it is optically inactive. Optically inactive due to either POS or COS. Either POS is present or COS is present. Now we will check these 2 conditions in this molecule. See the first one. Is there any chiral carbon present here? Can you see any chiral carbon present here? This is carbon. This is CH3. There must be a hydrogen here. Now if you see on both the sides, there are same parts, or it is attached, the 2 groups which are attached on both the sides, they are same. So this is not a chiral carbon. This carbon is also not chiral. Since no chiral carbon is present here, no chiral carbon, that means it is not a meso compound. No meso compound is there. For meso compound, there must be at least 2 chiral carbon. Now coming to this structure, this is carbon, CH3 से attached है. यहाँ पे एक हाइड्रोजन होगा, यहाँ पे भी एक हाइड्रोजन होगा. If you move this side and you move this side, you will come across 2 different group. अगर इधर से चलते हैं तो हमें मिलता है CH3. इधर चलते हैं CH2. Clear? So this is chiral carbon. This is also chiral carbon. There are 2 chiral carbons here and there is a plane of symmetry here. If you cut it in this plane, you will get 2 equal parts. So there is a plane of symmetry present here. There are 2 chiral carbon present here. So it is a meso compound. It is a meso compound. Clear? Coming to this one, this carbon, if you go this side CH2, if we come this side Cl, CH. Clear? And H and Cl. So this is a chiral carbon. This is also a chiral carbon. There is a plane of symmetry present here. So plane of symmetry is there. 2 chiral carbons are also there. So it is a meso compound. It is a meso compound. Clear? Now coming to this structure, there is a plane of symmetry and there are 2 chiral carbons. So it is a meso compound. Coming to this structure, is there any plane of symmetry present? How many chiral carbons are there? First you have to check this. This carbon is attached to, see, this side group and this side group, they are same. So it is not a chiral carbon. There are 2 chiral carbon, this one and this one. These are 2 chiral carbons. This is not a chiral carbon because OH, H, 2 groups are different, but these 2 groups are same. Clear? So this is not a chiral carbon. So 2 chiral carbons are there. Is there any plane of symmetry present here? If you cut it in this plane, अगर इस plane में cut करते हो, clear? So the upper part will be equal to the lower part. ये हाइड molecules तो sphere है, ये cut हो जाएंगे half में. You will get equal parts, one this side and one this side. So there is a plane of symmetry. There are 2 chiral carbon here. So it is a meso compound. Clear? So you have to check 2 conditions for the meso compounds. There must be at least 2 chiral carbon and the compound must be optically inactive, either due to POS or COS, or both are present. COS भी present है, POS भी present है, तब भी molecule meso compound होगा. Clear? Now last term is left, racemic mixture. So suppose you have this molecule, it is a chiral carbon, so it will have its mirror image here and it will have enantiomer. So H, CH3, COH. This is a mirror image. If one is D, another one will be L, or if you are representing it plus sign, it will be minus sign. Clear? Now if you take a container and you take 50% D form plus 50% L form, means you take a equimolar mixture of D and L forms, or we can write, we take equimolar mixture of D and L forms, means enantiomers. Clear? So what will happen? the rotation caused by this one, it will rotate light PPL towards right, it will rotate PPL towards left by equal amount, left by equal amount, okay, by equal amount, but in opposite direction. So what will happen? Rotation will cancel out, rotation will be cancelled, rotation is cancelled, clear? And if rotation is cancelled, what will happen? It will be optically inactive. The light coming out will have the same plane as it was initially, and the compound will be optically inactive compound. Such a mixture of enantiomers is known as racemic mixture. I hope it is clear. See, we have taken two enantiomers, D and L form. We have taken equimolar mixture of these enantiomers. If one is rotating the light towards right, another one will rotate it towards left, but by equal amount. And if they are rotating by equal amount in opposite direction, the rotation will cancel out and the compound will be mixture will be optically inactive. Such a mixture is known as racemic mixture. Now, what is the difference between meso compound and racemic mixture? Both are optically inactive. We have seen meso compound, we have seen racemic mixture. Both are optically inactive. So what is the difference between these two? Meso compound and racemic mixture, they are optically inactive. So what is the difference? It is optically inactive. It is also optically inactive. Clear? Here either POS is present or COS is present, but there is no POS or COS here. Clear? So what is the main difference? Meso compound is optically inactive due to internal compensation. Internal compensation means the rotation caused by one half of the molecule is exactly opposite to the rotation caused by another half of the molecule. उसमें plane of symmetry थी, plane of symmetry की वजह से जो upper half का rotation था, that is was opposite to the rotation by the lower half. So that is, it is optically inactive due to internal compensation. While racemic mixture is optically inactive due to external compensation. External compensation means rotation by one molecule is exactly opposite to the rotation caused by the another molecule. So meso compound is optically inactive due to internal compensation. Racemic mixture is optically inactive due to external compensation. Now this is a question, an important question. These are three molecules given. You have to find out which one is chiral, achiral, meso compound, enantiomer and diastereomers. So first one, see the structure. This is the structure here. There is two wedge bonds here, OH and H. OH. Clear? Now try to draw mirror image of it. Then mirror image will look like this. This bond will be here and this bond will be here. Clear? Now rotate it by 180 degree. If you rotate it by 180 degree, this part will come this side. So you will get, now this OH, if you rotate it by 180 degree, this OH will come at the back side. Clear? It will come at, see, this is wedge. So when you are rotating by 180 degree, wedge become dash, dash becomes wedge. So you are rotating it by 180 degree, ये dash हो जाएगा और ये वाला भी dash हो जाएगा. Is this the same structure as this one? See, this structure is similar to this one. So we have started from this. We get the mirror image this. If we are rotating it by 180 degree, we will get this structure. So are these two structures are same? So these are enantiomers. So enantiomers are, if we are writing it 1, 2 and 3. So what are enantiomers here? 1 and 3 are enantiomers of each other. Clear? 1 and 3 are enantiomers of each other, and chiral also 1 and 3 are chiral. 1 and 3 are chiral. Now we will check the second molecule. See the second molecule. We can draw it like this. Clear? There is a OH above and there is one OH below. This is CH3, this is CH3. We can make hydrogen also here. Hydrogen and hydrogen. Clear? Now can you see there is any center of symmetry present here? If we move this side, we will get OH. If we move this side, we will get OH. Clear? If we move this side, we will get CH3. If we move this side, we will get CH3. If we move this side, we will get H. If we move this side, we will get H. So there is a center of symmetry present here. Is there a chiral carbon present in this molecule? Yes, 2 chiral carbon are present in this molecule. So is this a meso compound? What is the condition for meso compound? There must be a plane of symmetry or center of symmetry. There must be 2 chiral carbon. So it is a meso compound. So can we write the third answer? Meso compound was asked. The answer is second. Second is the meso compound. Now which one of them is achiral? Achiral कौन सा होगा? Achiral means optically inactive. Which one is optically inactive? Which is a meso compound. Meso compounds are optically inactive. So answer is second. Second one is achiral because it is a meso compound. Fifth, what are diastereomers here? See, first and third are enantiomers. तो diastereomers, enantiomers को identify करने का एक तरीका और है. If the dash is changing to wedge and wedge is changing to dash. यहाँ पे दोनों wedge थे, दोनों dash में change हो गए. तो अगर पूरा configuration change हो रहा है at each chiral center, then they must be enantiomer. Clear? तो diastereomers हो जाएंगे इसमें first और second और third. Because first and third are enantiomers, second is a meso compound. So first and second and third, they are diastereomers. Clear? Now one more thing you must know. Suppose a molecule has RS configuration 2R and 3S. Clear? Now if this configuration changes to 2S and 3R, then it will be an enantiomer. I have told you how to find the RS configuration. RS configuration find करो chiral center पे. अगर R change हो रहा है S में and S is changing to R, they will be related to each other as enantiomers. If 2R and 3S remain as such, 2 पे R है और 3 पे S है, अगर उसमें कोई change नहीं है, then they will be identical molecules. Clear? If 2R and 3S changes to 2S